In this video, we are going to outline the steps to get your Husqvarna 2-stage snowblower unboxed and set up for customer use. We will review the unboxing and assembly in this video. This is not a replacement for your owner's manual. Anything discussed here should be used as reference only. Always refer to your owner's manual for the most up-to-date information. The unboxing procedure is the same for 200, 300, and 400 series Husqvarna snowblowers. These machines are heavy, so be sure to have a teammate help you with any heavy lifting. First, open the top flaps of the box, which will give you access to the parts bag and the chute. Remove the parts bag, the chute, and the top frame. Cut along the dotted lines at each corner of the box. Unfold and remove the sides of the box, allowing access to the snowblower. Cut the large zip tie locking the upper handles in the folded position. If you have a 400 series machine, the zip tie attaching the speed cable to the handle also must be cut. Unfold the handles and tighten the wing nuts to lock the upper handle to the lower handle. Remove the 7/16 hex head wood screws locking the bucket to the pallet. Remove the snowblower from the pallet and discard both the pallet and cardboard. Gather your parts bag as you will be using these parts to assemble the machine. First, install the lower handle bolt and wing nut. Install the chute to the chute rotator head, then place both onto the rotator support bracket. On 400 series models, install the chute to the chute rotator head using the square plastic cap and 9/16 hex nylon locking nut. If your machine came with a cable guide, install this on the rotator support bracket studs. Lock down the chute rotator assembly using the 9/16 hex locking nut. Cut the zip tie holding the deflector cable to the chute support tube. Install the deflector spring between the deflector and the rotator assembly stud. Install the chute deflector cable into the chute using the shoulder bolt, nylon washer, and lock nut using a 7/16 socket. Install the deflector cable bracket onto the chute using the carriage bolt and 1/2-inch hex nut. The nylon washer keeps a gap between the side chute and the rubber bellows that seal your deflector cable. On 200 and 300 series models only, install the 3 rubber control knobs onto the control levers at the console. If you have a 300 or 400 series model, there will be a rubber chute extension that bolts onto the deflector. This can be installed by using a Phillips head screwdriver and an 11/32 socket. The flat bracket should fit against the rubber extension to spread the load of the screws. If you have a 200 or 300 series machine, you are complete. The remaining steps apply to 400 series machines only. To install the chute release cable onto the rotator lever, here's what you'll have to do. Identify the release cable. Feed the release cable through the rotator pod, keeping it to the left side of the rotator lever. Feed the release cable barrel fitting through the rotator lever slot. Snap the release cable in fitting into the rotator lever from the bucket side of the machine. The tool of choice for this step is soft jaw pliers or channel locks. Be sure the release cable in fitting is fully snapped in. If done properly, it should be difficult to remove. Install the rotator knob from the parts bag onto the rotator lever using a soft mallet until it's fully seated. Hook the release cable barrel fitting into the release lever. Install the release lever with the release cable in place using the roll pin in the parts bag. To install the speed cable, shift the speed control lever on the console to the neutral position. You should feel the detent for the neutral position. Pin the speed cable to the speed lever underneath the console. Install the barrel portion of the speed cable to the bracket hanging below the control lever by tightening the 2 nuts using 1/2-inch wrenches. Be sure you do not move the speed lever out of its neutral detent during this step. Now it is safe to remove the transmission neutral lock. The screw and wing nut are located at the back of the frame box. If the wing nut is difficult to remove, you can use a wrench to loosen it. The parts bag includes extra shear bolts. There are 2 areas on the snowblower where you can store these for quick access. 2 can be mounted on the rotator assembly cover and 1 can be mounted at the back of the battery box. The cleanout tool can be conveniently stored on the bucket in its holder. If your machine is equipped with a locking rotator, this cable should be adjusted so that the release lever allows free movement of the chute when engaged, and when disengaged, the chute will not rotate without overriding its internal mechanism. You monitor the cable slack at the release lever. Once the slack is removed, the turnbuckle can be locked with the jam nut. 400 series units are shipped with the negative battery lead disconnected. The battery is accessed by removing the battery cover. To install the negative battery lead, pull the protective sleeve off the negative ring terminals, remove the negative terminal bolt, and reinstall with the ring terminals. Reinstall the battery cover, tightening the lower knob to complete the installation. This concludes the unboxing and assembly video. This video is not a replacement for your owner's manual. Anything discussed here should be used as reference only. If you have any further questions, comments, or concerns, please contact the Husqvarna Support Center at the numbers below.